So as a lot of you probably know, voting for xGov is live right now. You can go do it on the xGov site, on the Algorand Foundation's website, and just to I'm going to look at how things are going so far, what is actually in xGov, what you're voting on, and maybe give some of my thoughts at the end. So what's really interesting here is that a lot of these are actually already funded, and as you can see, they all require a different number of votes. Transaction Builder UI by No Cash only asked for one algo. This was just an online tool that meant to be easy and user-friendly way to create just about any transaction on Algorand. So are they just using this for marketing? Because they only asked for one algo. I think that's super interesting. He says, let's see, creating or sending a transaction on Algorand without an existing tool for that particular type of transaction requires using an SDK or goal, which requires programming knowledge and or node setup. Just about every wallet makes simple payment transactions easy. However, many of the more advanced transactions are either difficult or impossible within the wallet's UIs. This creates a large gap where non-programmer user cannot conveniently use many of Algorand's more advanced features. The purpose of the Transaction Builder UI is to fill this gap. Sounds like a good thing. I wonder why they only asked for one algo. That's really, really interesting. Evil Tools by Joseph Glenn is already funded. They have already developed a slew of no-code tools to carry out monotonous processes on the Algorand blockchain, allowing users with no coding experience to work efficiently and easily. I like that. Like mass mint, mass updater tools, mass asset add, mass asset send, and a lot of other stuff. They asked for 10,000 algo, and it looks like they got it. It's passed. As is, two different wallets, one called A Wallet and one called Liquid Glass. And A Wallet asked for 10,000 algo, Liquid Glass's unnamed wallet 6100 algo, 6101 technically. I guess unnamed wallet is meant to give users pseudonymity, and it's open sourced. And the other one that was passed already is the ASA stats point in time, which is a tax reporting reference for US citizens. Well, that sounds useful. Let's read this. ASA stats you guys know ASA stats. I use them all the time. It's one of my favorite apps. I actually have the app pulled up on my phone as well as I use it on the desktop. Also, you know what? It's one of the easiest ways to just grab my address when I need it. That's probably not like what they made it for, but it really does work. Anyway, ASA stats, we know about that. After the implementation, the Algorand blockchain users will be able to create transparent references for tax reporting. This proposal implies that the deployment of all the needed data and templates for US citizens' tax reports for free. At the same time, users from the rest of the world will get a foundation for implementation through ASA stats users widget system. So anyway, these ones that we've covered so far, they asked for 20,000 algo. These ones that we've covered so far, they can be, they're already funded. You can vote for them, but they're already funded. So you could do it as a show of support. This one needs a little bit more. This is an AVM library for, just the introduction of a Coke AVM library. This is coding type stuff. Algorand Foundation Market Operations Dashboard. I think that's kind of cool. Now they're asking for 4,000 algo. They need a lot more votes to pass. But it's a dashboard that monitors the Algorand Foundation market operations in 2023 that updates daily. I think that's a great one. I'm surprised that hasn't passed yet. Let's see, building the future of competitive gaming, grant proposal for a free-to-play blockchain game. They have a name. I develop a third-person shooter game that captivates the gaming community with a captivating story, captivating graphics. Sorry, I'm making fun of it. It's impressive graphics and enjoyable gameplay. Yeah, we'll talk about this more when I talk about my Townstar update / analysis, but I don't think we need more Web3 games, I'll be honest. And I think a lot of people feel that way because you can see that it hasn't gotten hasn't gotten a lot of votes yet, has a long ways to go to being funded. I mean, it'd be great if, I like games, but we need, I want to know what your proposal is to actually make it not suck in terms of market economy. So it's going to be tough to go through all these. There's a lot of them, but we'll go through more. OpenAMM, the automatic implementation of automated market makers with concentrated liquidity. Votecoin, GitHub tools, Not a Boy, Web3 chat by AP, ASA stats offer, Algorand blockchain ASA NFT creators channel. This is by EV, the same person that's behind ASA stats. Its offer represents a proposal to exchange 2 or more ASA between an authenticated Algorand address owner and the owner of any other Algorand address. An authenticated user is a person who has proven ownership of one or multiple Algorand addresses. Algorand SVM chain proposal technical deep dive. Clips offers a roll-ups as a service that developers can deploy customized app chains for their projects without worrying about infrastructure, security, or reliability. Share algo plus credit rating. It's a problem. Imagine there exists a cool dApp on Algorand that a user wants to try. Probably less than one algo is enough to try the dApp. More than 0 algo is needed for sure. However, the smallest amount a user can on-ramp into Algorand currently is $30. Is that Canadian $30? I don't know what CA means. That is a huge hurdle to a new user who just try a waste even since one algo already allows 1,000 transactions. Solution, let's assume for simplicity that each user only needs one algo. One user buys $30 worth of algo from a typical credit card on ramp. User keeps $1 for himself, makes the other 29 available to others on chain, etc., etc. Yeah, but 30 algos is like, what's that, like $2 right now? Anyway, they go on. I wanted to show you some of the ones that hadn't applied, but there's a lot to vote on. There is a lot to vote on. They keep going. Well, are there some on here that were from just about everybody in the ecosystem? I could have put one on here too, I suppose. Oh, this one passed. Algo Wallet Library for Solid.js web apps. So that one's actually on there. I thought they would be moved to the top if they passed, but apparently not. And that's just the mock one for demonstration purposes. So that's Algorand governance, and that's how much work you have to do now to participate in this. That's a lot of proposals. I think a lot of people, myself particularly, I really miss just regular staking. I'm a little sad on Hedera that the simple staking went away. Like I think it's just a lot to ask of users to go through all these proposals. I mean, that took a long time just to kind of read through in the channel. We skipped a lot. Like I could have been reading that for like 20 minutes. So then to actually think about them, spend time to think about them and voting, I don't know. It just seems like a lot. I think you're asking your users a lot. By the way, while you're watching, since we have so many people, I probably won't get to everyone, but